Yep. Welcome to It's Niggling Me. Trying to fucking step this up. Who knows how this will go. Just get a little visuals in here.
Next level.
What's that?
Next level.
Next level. It's definitely been niggling me. What's going on here? Oh, I gotta turn this fucking vape on. You know what the first thing that niggled me earlier?
What's that?
I had to have a Ramadan workout.
Huh? The fuck's that?
I got about a minute from the gym and realized I forgot my water. I didn't bring my wallet. I thought for a split second, I'm like, fuck, I have to go to the store, which is past the gym, and get something. Then I'm like, oh, don't have my fucking wallet.
Why wouldn't you have your wallet?
I don't need it for the gym. I just need my little scan thing. That's on my keychain. So I'm like, fuck, like this fucking blows. No water. They have like, you know, the Brita system they would have at the college there?
Yeah.
They have that, no water fountain. So I'm like, fuck, like I'm fucked. Before I even got in the gym, I'm like, damn, how did these people do it during Ramadan? Like these people are training camp during Ramadan. Basketball, like they're doing Kyrie doing this shit on no water, right?
Yeah.
Huh? I can't hear you at all. Maybe Ryan's gone. Can't hear him. Brother? Ryan? Don't know what he's doing. All of a sudden there's no audio. What are you doing? Ended call. What is this guy doing? All right, lost my brother. Let's try this again. Got Ibrahim Traore up there. Where'd you go? You cut off. You hear me? Oh, great. Ryan?
Hello?
And why aren't you talking?
Oh, there we go. For some reason it connected to my
Headphones? Fucking guy. Just baptized my joint the wrong way. On your whatever you got computer, pull up this guy, Ibrahim Traore, see what this guy looks like.
I see him.
Looks badass, eh?
Yeah, he does.
This is the guy that wants to lead the African revolution. I have a video here, I heard, because remember, I told you, they are going to want to get rid of this guy. They're saying that he's misusing the gold that the country has. Right after they kicked fucking France out of the country. The United States is already trying to make Burkina Faso look bad.
That we have had with USAID.
And they were using USAID in Africa.
The other things like the President's Initiative on AIDS. How does our U.S. approach compare and contrast to the approach of Russia in Africa and also communist China in Africa?
Well, Chairman, we've always had the lead. So what you're seeing in those two competitors or challengers, they're following in our wake. They see what works as far as our influence and deepening partnerships through those soft powers, whether it be health diplomacy or whether it be in development type programs. So they're following in our wake, trying to replicate what we do best. And I think the African countries know this. This is where, as we start to look at going forward, as State Department starts to reset these programs, looking at what worked and what didn't work, and doubling down on what does work. I think we have enough capital built up in these countries for them to ensure their stabilization and also prosperity. The other two competitors are just trying to replicate what we do best.
I can imagine.
Could you believe this guy says that? A military officer?
It's kind of
The
fun.
ruling elite of a country is receiving gratuities on the side that inure to the benefit of the strongman leader and not to the populace of the country. Does that sort of corruption and bribery go on with regard to the Belt and Road?
Absolutely, Chairman. I see this, and I don't mind calling them out, but Captain Tory and Burkina Faso, as they know that both, whether it's the their gold reserves, that is all those proceeds are just in exchange to protect the junta regime. There's a number of examples across. Even in Sudan, what's going on with the rapid support forces in Burhan of the Sudan forces, when you get down to it, is all about the revenue that can be drawn out of that. And there are nefarious actors in the CCP or in sometimes Russia are complicit in those activities.
Okay, well, you can't imagine how frustrating it seems to me that this mineral-rich continent has not been able to move to a utilization of the resources to benefit the people there. After all this time, it's a puzzle that we haven't unwound. Let me see if I can move to General Cavoli, and then I hope we can leave. You're aware of various voices coming from inside government here in the United States, as well as in the media, that have
This guy's a Ukraine pin
spoken
on.
with approval about the Russian organized referendums in 2022 in so-called overwhelming Russian-speaking provinces. General Cavoli, tell us what you know and what you understand about the freedom of those organized referendums and the accuracy of them as a measure of public opinion.
Sure, Mr. Chairman. I don't think I'm familiar with the voices in Washington that are talking about this, but I do remember them very well. They were referendums in Lugansk, Donetsk, Zaporizhia, and Kherson provinces. They were in September 2022. They were roundly condemned by nations throughout the world and by international organizations. The Organization for Security and Cooperation in Europe called them illegitimate. The United Nations called them illegal. I think the only country in the world that accepted the result of those referenda, other than Russia, was North Korea. They have widely been considered not to be legitimate for a variety of reasons about the way they took place and taking place during a conflict by an occupying power.
So if members of Congress want to be informed by what happened in these referenda, if our negotiators process, want to be informed by these referenda. What lesson should we take from the legitimacy of those votes?
Sir, I think that anybody who wants to know about it, it's pretty well established history. It's pretty easy to find. I could certainly help direct your colleagues or anybody you want to sources on it. What conclusions can we draw? We can draw the conclusion that the Russian Federation was intent on absorbing those provinces and attempted to put a gloss of legitimacy over it by holding a referenda that had results like 99% in favor.
Rigged.
This guy doesn't like that. He's a huge Ukraine supporter, and he doesn't like that Russia wants those Russian-speaking provinces of Ukraine. But they are already talking about Burkina Faso and trying to make them look bad. Fuck, I still have a coffee.
But he's done nothing bad.
It's unfortunate, he's on the iPad there. I was listening to a guy who's living in Uganda, and let me go here. So he has grown the GDP in their country from 18.8 billion to 22.1 billion through agricultural and mining reforms. He's only been in power since 2022. He's like improved tomato production, like and rice, like big time, like 315,000 tons to 360,000 tons. Built tomato processing plants and cotton processing facilities. He kicked out France there and nationalized the gold sector, stopped unrefined gold exports, and launched a major refinery for their gold. You know how we need refineries here for oil? So they're gonna mine it and refine it in Africa instead of having to export it. And then people can buy it off them. Constructed and upgraded roads, built an airport, launched a hydroelectric dam for energy and agriculture, expanded and modernized universities. He's built 18 new schools with water, sanitation, and science labs. Trained 162 teachers and school directors focused on girls' education. Upgraded water and sanitation infrastructure with major funding. That's what this guy in Uganda is saying.
We're not gonna like that opinion.
Know that they're going to be independent and not going to be able to. The resources aren't going to be able to be taken from them. Because that guy could just cut a deal with the whatever government and they would just pay him, right? That's what they do. Like Zelensky. This guy's talking about putting an army together and taking out all the like militias around Africa and unifying one. So it's going to be but the United States and others will try to intervene is the issue.
Not let this happen.
No, that Africa can finally get rich. They can get rich. That guy mentioned it's rich in resources and minerals. And they want control over that. The United States wants control over that. And they're scared about China and Russia getting control over it. That's what that is. They're scared about China, about them trading with Russia and China. This guy saying, this military fucking guy saying that they're good at it is nuts.
Yeah, it's kind of gross.
I'm curious about the cloning.
With who?
Lots of people. I think they're doing it because I hear that Israel is second best in tech. What they're the best at is tech, and they're the best in the world next to the United States. That's what I hear. The people from the United States saying this. That's why they're our greatest ally, is their tech. There's a crystal wall. Did you know this?
Where?
Ukraine.
Huh?
This sick satanic woman. You know her? Marina Abramovich. You know her?
No.
She is one of the sickest, one of the sickest people. And, it seems to me that a lot of elite people like her stuff. And her stuff is disgusting. Her artwork is disgusting. So, Crystal Wall in Ukraine. The Crystal Wall of Crying is an interactive installation by artist Marina Abramovich located in Ukraine, unveiled in 2021. This woman is a disgusting human, in my opinion.
It's hard to find it.
The Crystal Wall. To me, it's like the Wailing Wall in Israel. Marina, she's like satanic, okay? And a lot of elite people like her. This is a sick human, in my opinion. Let's find her artwork specifically. Actually, let's just look at how they describe her first. And she's old. So her thoughts and views come from a different time.
She's Jewish.
It is a sick human being. I'm telling you, she's a sick human being. Fuck, I don't want to read all this shit. Give me a fucking summary of her. Spirit cooking. Abramovich worked with Jacob Samuel to produce a cookbook of aphrodisiac recipes called Spirit Cooking. One says to mix fresh breast milk with fresh sperm milk. What kind of fucking weirdo? You're a fucking weirdo.
That's fucked.
This woman is a sick human that, like, the elites around the world love.
Weirdo.
This woman is an extreme weirdo.
Why is it in Ukraine?
I don't know. Let's type this woman's name in with some other people's names. I see Jay-Z keeps popping up, but that's not who I'm looking for. Let's go Hillary Clinton. Was involved in a controversy during the 2016 presidential election when her name appeared in leaked emails from John Podesta. In one of the emails, Abramovich invited Podesta's brother Tony to a spirit cooking dinner at my place, which was misinterpreted by some as an invitation to a satanic ritual. 2020, she's quoted as saying, "I am an artist, not a Satanist." That woman's a real weirdo.
Seems like a sick fuck.
Pope Francis, he's the one who died, eh?
Mm-hmm.
People are real pumped on him, eh?
I don't know, I don't care. That's just gay.
People, Trump's going to fly to his funeral. People are real pumped on him.
That's so gay. No waste of money.
Pope Francis. Bishop. Juan Barros.
One?
This Wikipedia was updated 1 day ago. Says while visiting Chile from 15 to 18 January 2018, Pope Francis apologized for the irreparable damage caused by priests' abuse of minors. Victims of abuse rejected his apology and repeated their claims that bishops who protected abusers. Yeah, that's on the Wikipedia. Pope Francis today defended controversial Chilean Bishop Juan Barrios. So he defended him. He defended a pedo. And then Pope Francis George Pell. Pope Francis has expressed praise for Cardinal George Pell, describing him as a great man who saw the need for financial reform in the Vatican. Give me more information on George Pell. These are my first searches on this new computer.
How's it feel?
Interesting. I'm sure even though I tried to eliminate all the tracking stuff as much as possible and collecting of my information, I'm sure it'll still
Collect everything.
collect a lot. George Pell was an Australian cardinal from of the Catholic Church. He faced recurring accusations of sexual abuse, although his subsequent sexual abuse conviction was quashed on appeal to the High Court of Australia. Oh, Oh, jeez, this guy's fucking Wikipedia is gigantic. Vatican investigation of sexual abuse charges immediate following Pell's initial conviction of sexual abuse in February 2019. The Holy See, what a weird name, Holy See's Congregation, fuck off, for the Doctrine of the Faith initiated its own investigation of the charges against him. The Pope reaffirmed at that time that Pell was forbidden to exercise public ministry and from having contact in any way or form with minors. So this guy was undergoing, like he was in court and stuff, and then they deemed him, his health was too bad. But, Pope Francis said this guy was a good guy, and apparently there was question about him and his interesting youngins.
Another pedophile in the Vatican. What's new, eh?
And I got, how about this guy? Angelo. Oof. I don't know how to pronounce that. Becciu. A cardinal for the Vatican. Convicted felon. It's an Italian Catholic prelate, whatever that is, who served as the prefect of the Congregation for the Causes of Saints from 2018 until his resignation in 2020. Pope Francis made him a cardinal, but resigned the rights associated with the cardinalate in 2020 because he was found guilty of embezzlement, abuse of office, subordination, and sentenced to 5 years and 6 months in prison. I don't think this guy was the pedo. I think he was stealing a lot of money.
Just getting himself rich.
Yeah. Yeah, he's just stealing money, you know? I'm pretty sure. I don't think there's any sexual stuff in there.
What's the plus?
What else is going on, Ryan?
I was looking at that. I was trying to understand the whole Bolshevik thing during the week.
It's interesting. It still gets brought up a lot.
Yeah, I don't see. I mean, it's hard for me to see where the number of like that Candace says and stuff of people that died.
It doesn't seem like that. It seems like it wasn't documented as well.
Because it was early.
And on a different side of the world.
I have the Central Committee of the Communist Party in 1917 there in Russia. Now, these are like shitty drawn pics or whatever they are. But some good amount of people here, there's like, what is there? 20 some people here. And a lot of them look Jewish to me.
What do you mean? How do they look?
I see a lot of these people with larger noses than you.
My nose is kind of big.
Yeah, well, some of these guys, the way they look, with their glasses on here,
They look kind of like Ari.
they don't look like Russians to me.
You know what's crazy is a lot of the Jewish population is Russian.
And Mr. Lenin, that they say is the leader here, I'm looking at different picture after picture after picture,
Uh-huh.
and this guy seems to be Jewish to me. And they can try and paint other pictures of him with a normal nose, but all these actual pictures here that I can find of him, he doesn't look like the other people, like some of these other people that look Russian. The way his eyes look and his nose, I'm like 99% sure that he's not Russian. Or that he is, but he's a Jewish Russian person.
Yeah, because a lot of them are like the majority of. I'm pretty sure the majority of people that live in Israel are Russian Jewish. I'm pretty
There's a fuckload of them coming from there.
in different times in history. Yeah, a lot of them fled Russia. At the big one like that I like looked at was when the Soviet Union fell and they became just Russia. A lot of those Jewish people went to Israel.
Once they got like free kind of thing.
Yeah, Israel loves people going there.
Mhm.
They love Jewish people moving there, because they need more land, right? They can justify we need that land.
Can you see the phone?
What do you got? I see him. And who's around him? They got cool.
What?
They got cool hats.
You see that person?
Mm-hmm.
And then like,
Who are all those fellows?
this is the committee of the Communist Party in 1917 there. But like, then this is the leader.
Mm-hmm. I know Vladimir.
That guy look Russian?
They all look. A lot of them. They all look Jewish.
That guy look Russian?
They all look Jewish, no? Oh. Why are there pictures from the side? Why are those people's pictures from the side?
So, but I see when I type it in that it's a Russian, nasty Russian people. That's what they're calling this. That's what Google is calling it.
Yeah, it says,
Radical fashion of marksman Russian Social Democratic Labor Party.
yeah, but it says like, his dad ethnicity remains unclear.
No, it doesn't.
And it says,
I know it.
I think his mom, which that matters most in there.
Mm-hmm.
Mother and a Russian Jewish father. So his mom, super confusing. This is also Wikipedia, so it's hard to believe. It is likely that Lenin was unaware of his mother's half-Jewish ancestry.
Unaware.
Hmm? Yeah.
Ken looks retarded. Those are Jewish people, right?
Yeah. The Russian Orthodox.
Pardon?
The Russian Orthodox Church. Big popular.
Bolsheviks and Mensheviks. Didn't hear that one.
Yeah, so maybe he didn't know he was. I wonder if other people knew he was.
The rest of his fucking long-nosed buddies?
Yeah, like I think they had to have known.
Like, why do we look like this? And
I don't believe this, that he didn't know. I believe he knew. I'm sure some people said, hey, I'm pretty sure you're one of us.
like, you can't just not understand when you're growing up.
Hey, do you know this guy? Oh, we talked about this guy.
Hello, I'm Peter Pravec, the chairman of Nestle. There are apparently some misconceptions about my ideas on water. Let me make it clear from the beginning. I have always supported the human right to water. Everyone should have enough clean, safe water to meet their fundamental daily needs. About 50 to 100 liters per day. But not to fill a pool or wash a car. There is a difference. We must transform the way we think about water. By 2025, 1.8 billion people will be living in regions without enough water. Water scarcity is the greatest challenge we face today. And we need to start recognizing water as a precious resource. Therefore, water should be better managed, should be better valued, and has to be better preserved. If we give water value, there will be an incentive to invest in looking after our supply. You know, most of fresh water we use, up to 90% in fact, is used in agriculture. As a food producer, we depend on the long-term sustainable availability of this precious resource. In our factories, we have reduced our use of water by more than half in the last 10 years. But we are not alone. We work with others to exchange ideas and innovations and to advocate on the importance of water. I'm glad water is top of the agenda today. It's where it should stay. And thank you for taking the time to be part of this conversation.
That guy's the head of the World Economic Forum for the time being. If you want to wash your car, fill your pool, he says no.
We have a shortage of water here somehow.
This guy says, this is 12 years ago. This guy says this. He owns Nestle, who bottles all the fucking water. Ooh, I see that my phone is not plugged in. And is definitely not charging. Ooh, that's pretty bright, right?
Not good.
Yeah, this is a definite trial fucking episode of having a TV and laptop to pull some shit up. I'm pretty worried about that guy.
We need to pull out. We don't want to be a part of the WWF.
I don't want to be part of that at all. How about this guy? Jacob Rothschild. With the S though. Marrying and inbreeding. Oh, I put breading right. within, oh shit, family. I don't like this thing on the middle of my, I don't know what it does. There's a little red fucking button in the middle of my laptop keyboard.
I'd hit it.
You'd hit it, you said?
Yeah, I'd hit it right now.
No, I don't know what it does. It's not a scrolling thing. I thought it might be a scrolling thing. It's not.
It's gotta be a power thing, no?
Purity. It's so trippy. I haven't used a keyboard in so long. Let's get a video of him talking about it. There he is.
This retard.
Oh, geez. I don't know what's going on down there. But we'll keep that off YouTube.
Porn?
And Darren James was head of the Paris branch and the youngest of the 5 sons of Irish Rothschild.
Damn.
Astonishingly uninhibited.
Get out of here. I don't want a fucking video like that. That's trash.
Gay.
Get your fucking music off here. See, if I go further down here, I see that there's a thumbnail that is not nice for YouTube. Let's try to rip by it real quick. Man, these thumbnails are crazy.
They're trying to get you?
I'm not trying to get booted off of YouTube. I watched a video of this guy. And I see these are on BitChute. I don't know why that. Maybe I guess I get booted off every other one. Will it boot me off YouTube for it?
I don't know.
You can read it. I've read it. They got their famous quote, "Incest is best."
That's the Rothschilds, right?
Yeah. And I got a video of him. It's on my phone, but let's see if they... Fuck off. I don't want any of this
Worst
shit.
breakfast for your waistline.
Oatmeal's healthy, right?
There's nothing good in
Shut
oatmeal.
up.
Most folks cross-react with gluten.
And Darren James was head of the Paris branch and the youngest of the 5 sons of Irish Rothschild, gave an astonishingly uninhibited description of the 19th century Rothschild policy of keeping it in the family. I quote to you from what he wrote to make you smile. In our family, we've always tried to keep love in the family. In this sense, it was more or less understood since childhood that children would never think of marrying outside the family, so that our fortune would never leave it. You couldn't write that today.
That's a pretty wild clip, eh?
It's a pretty, messed up thing to say.
How people in 1930
Shut
lost
the
weight.
fuck up.
Oh,
We'll just leave this up here for right now. I love when AI puts a thing at the top of my search. I didn't say it and I didn't write it.
what'd they say?
Jacob Rothschild, a member of the prominent Rothschild family, has discussed how his family has historically maintained its wealth and purity of the family bloodline through endogamous marriages. What? I don't know that word. But I have an idea of what it means, right? The practice involves marrying within the family, specifically among cousins and other close relatives. For instance, James Meredith Rothschild, see that duh they put in there sometimes? A prominent member of the family married his own niece, Betty Rothschild, in 1824. That's pretty fucking disgusting that you would marry your brother's daughter, right? That's pretty disgusting that you would marry your brother's own daughter.
Pretty fucked.
But when you control a lot of the central banks around the world, nobody's going to say shit. I saw this funny thing. It said, Oh, for real? Your body, your choice? Where the fuck is my foreskin then? I saw this. It said, saw you at the gym. Thought you looked mad gay and retarded. Person said they thought they got a ticket, but this is what it said.
That's awesome.
What else am I seeing, right?
What do I got?
What do you got?
This girl was telling me about this place she lives on my game here, and it's called Longyearbyen.
What?
It's called Longyearbyen.
Spell it for me.
It's spelled long
Yeah.
year, long year, BYEN.
In Norway?
Mm-hmm.
What about it? Looks pretty cool.
This looks pretty cool, but there's 2,000 people there, and the food gets brought in by boat to the one grocery store they have. You're not allowed to be buried there. You can't live on. You can't be on the medical assistance. You're not allowed to live there if you are.
I might have heard Greenland has that as well. I don't think there's anybody that's buried in Greenland. I'm pretty sure.
It's just ice.
Weird, eh?
Bro, they just telling me how I'm like, what do you do for fun? They go on fucking snowmobiles, and they fucking look for polar bears.
They got cool things that happen in the sky and stuff there.
Yeah, she sent me a bunch of pictures of this, the Aurelia Borealis or whatever it's called.
Mm-hmm.
But bro, they go and hunt. They go and just look for polar bears, bro, on their snowmobiles.
They're not
deadly. One of the deadliest animals. They go she's like, yeah, we have a 44 Magnum on our hip at all times.
Oh, for sure. I heard people talking about being up in like any kind of thing, like Alaska and all that. You always have, you always are strapped for bears. And, yeah, bears, mainly bears.
They said they have a snowmobile that can go up to 220 kilometers an hour.
That's so fast on something that has no safety around you. That's so fast. Like,
bro, you need something with that kind of power to be able to get. If a bear was like coming at you and you didn't notice, you know what I mean?
Bro, I've gone that fast, and that's so crazy on a snowmobile.
Bro, it's insane.
Not in a vehicle.
The adrenaline, bro.
Yeah.
I told you I got cologne.
Mm-hmm. Super expensive.
Mm-hmm. I screenshotted this quote. Cool little quote.
Let's hear it.
Aldous Huxley.
Mm-hmm.
Medical science has made such a tremendous progress that there is hardly a healthy human left.
Yeah, that guy's not a good guy. But you know who that reminds me of is good old Candace Owens, man. She's almost done. She's going on maternity leave, but I just saw that she did a podcast with Tim Dillon. Thank fucking God.
No way.
Swear to God, Tim Dillon posted it.
Okay, I've seen something like that then, yeah, you're right.
And that's one of the best collabs there is, right?
Oh, fucking right.
So I can't wait. It's been a long time and I can't wait. Oh, here it is right here. Is it today? Oh, it is waiting. It is in half an hour. It drops. Candace Owens Emergency Podcast, The Tim Dillon Show, episode 441, in half an hour. She's extremely pregnant, and Tim Dillon is the best person for her to talk about all these great things. They both talk about all these great things, and for them to collab is one of the best collabs the internet can have. Candace Owens, the Queen.
This is gonna be so funny, bro.
It's gonna be so funny. The Brigitte Macron, like, bruh.
The fact that I see Brigitte, Harvey,
Netanyahu.
Netanyahu on there.
Because Tim Dillon is very informed on all topics that she talks about.
Oh, fuck yeah.
And so it's not they both have opinions. It's not one person listening to the other. Like, that has no, like, say...
Yeah, getting information.
Yeah, when I watched Candace Owens go on Howie Mandel or on Jillian Michaels, they're being informed.
Yeah, they're like, what?
But this is gold. Gold.
That's gonna be a good one.
Mm-hmm. That's gonna be good.
You watch Theo on, or Bad Pitt on Theo?
Ben Affleck?
Yeah, him too.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, I watched it.
Huh?
I watched it.
Did you like it?
It was decent. It got better as it went. He had to open up to Theo and understand that Theo was going to make some wild comments during it.
Yeah, he's never had a comfortable interview probably ever in his life.
Yeah.
I thought at the end of it, he liked this. I was like, oh, he likes this. Like, he liked doing that type of thing. It wasn't an interview. It was a talk.
I don't think he understood it at the beginning.
No, he definitely didn't. He's been doing a bajillion interviews for like 30 years at least. Probably maybe a little bit more. Like 30 years of interviews.
Not podcast.
No. Were you talk normally?
Mm-hmm.
You be a normal person? You be yourself?
Stuff.
Huh?
Make jokes, like, and it's just a conversation.
Yeah, because you get to actually, eventually, you get to hear the things that they're interested in because they want to talk about them. It was the same with the what's the kid there? Or he's not a kid, I guess. He looks like one. What's that guy's name? The other actor guy, the Dune guy. Fuck, what's that guy's name? He's Timothée Chalamet. Huh?
Timothy Chalamet?
Yeah, that guy. Where you would think
he was gay.
Oh, not that he's gay. You would think that
he looks like a gay.
He has no life experience because all he's ever done was act, kind of thing, and been in that little world. But he clearly loves sports. I could tell of anything, like the guy likes sports a lot.
I didn't watch it.
Oh,
I think he looks weird.
I like some of the movies he's in. Like, there was movies he's in and I like them.
Watch Dune?
Yeah, Dune's real good. 1 and 2, good. And I put off that Dune 1 for a long time because I thought it would be gay. And then I watched it and I instantly had to watch Dune 2.
But you like gay stuff. That's my issue. You like gay movies.
No.
Yo. Yeah.
No. And then he was in this other movie with, I don't know if it's Leonardo DiCaprio. Let me fucking pull this fucker up. I can pull it all up, right?
With Leo or Steiny?
What?
They look the same, no? That's what Steiny says.
That he looks like Leonardo DiCaprio? Oh my god, maybe I'm What's Eating Gilbert's Grape?
I don't know what that is. But it sounds like he played a retard.
Dead on. That's the best. That's one of Leonardo DiCaprio's best movies he ever did.
He plays a retard.
I can't play it on here because that will get me copyright for sure. But What's Eating Gilbert Grape? 100.
Like fucking retarded movie.
I already spelled it wrong, but
I don't know why I didn't get one for fucking Wolf on Wall Street.
What's Eating Gilbert Grape? Go to watch like a minute of like, even type Leonardo DiCaprio next to it. Watch 1 minute of it. Tell me if that's Steiny. Look at all this shit, eh? I'll probably burn myself and get some copyrights or something like that while I learn how to do this.
What do you mean?
Like, I'm sure I'll put something on here or something that I'm not supposed to. Like how, like, I already know just Steve will do it. You can't put a gambling website up here.
Yeah, true. There was hate towards him for some reason, though.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
I'm gonna mute for a sec, okay?
yeah. What year am I in? I'm too far. Where's this movie that I swear I saw him in?
I've seen enough. Playing a retard to die young.
Bro, it's crazy, eh? It's pretty crazy.
I didn't think he was gonna be that young.
Let's see if the movie's called The King, even though I didn't think that's what it was called. It's not. It can't be. It's not. I see that Batman guy on there. I don't like that guy.
I've never seen it.
Man, this guy was in a movie. I swear. It's crazy that I don't see it. He's in this real gay movie, Call Me By Your Name, with, remember I told you about the guy who likes to eat people? Or no, he doesn't like to eat people. He, fantasizes about cannibalism. Armie Hammer, remember I was telling you about Armie Hammer?
I think I remember that, yeah.
I think his grandfather created Arm & Hammer. Like the yellow fucking boxes of shit you see for your cats and shit.
Mm-hmm.
They did Timothy Chalamet and him are like gay lovers, I think. And I'm pretty sure he's an underage in that movie. It's a real weird one. I didn't watch it, but I heard about it. Because it's like, it seems like a Brokeback Mountain to me.
Yuck.
Hostels.
Yuck.
This seems like a pretty intense movie. Hostels. I don't think this is the one either, though. Damn, right? I can't figure out. I swear this guy was in something that I had seen where, like, people couldn't talk or something. I know that sounds real weird, right?
Doesn't really make sense. I'm trying to understand.
Like, he couldn't, like, people couldn't talk anymore, or maybe, like, people could read people's minds or something. Fuck. I can't believe I can't think of, I swear he was in it. I don't know how to fucking spell this guy's name either every time. And who else did I think was in this? Maybe Zendaya? I don't know how to spell her name either. Oh, they're in Dune, so that's not it. Fuck. Movie where people can read minds.
Wait to see what you get.
Mind reader, ain't it? Damn, and I thought Timothée Chalamet was in it. And there's no women or something. Or women are like, live somewhere else. Only men society. Damn, not getting any closer.
You're smart.
Damn, right? I don't know what that movie is. The cover is like blackish and green or something.
No, now I know. Thanks.
Read your thoughts. Obviously, there's a bunch of movies, where people can read people's thoughts, so it makes it tough.
Makes it tough to know.
Yeah, I'm failing trying to figure it out.
No surprise.
I guess we'll have to end here, Rye.
And the podcast?
Yeah. And
I did find one last thing out.
let me hear it.
You like men?
I rather thinks he's the funniest. I rather thinks he's the funniest.